Hey, it's Mark Linney with your video thought for the day. All right. I've recently been sent these colognes. Pretty good, actually. Acqua dell'Elba. Not to be confused with Acqua di Parma, also makers of good cologne. I think that colognes are some that I like. The smell is good. Some are colognes I don't really care for. Just kind of almost a nasal equivalent of fingernails on a chalkboard. It's just a matter of taste. But I'm bringing it to mind because I'm thinking about smells in the Bible this week. I mean, the Bible's loaded with words and phrases and metaphors and allegories that talk about all five of the human senses. And one of my favorite metaphors is one used by the Apostle Paul when he wrote to the Corinthians. It's a church in Corinth, part of Greece. And when he wrote in 2 Corinthians chapter 2, starting with verse 14, he uses this metaphor of aromas. In this passage, he starts out saying, "Thanks be to God, who through Christ has led us in triumphal procession." I love this. It says actually in the Greek, he always leads us in triumphal procession. Now, sometimes we may not feel like we're walking in triumph, but we are. When all is said and done, we walk in a victory over this world when we're walking with God. And so it doesn't stop there. It's not self-centered, like, okay, I'm in the victory parade. Look at me. Instead, Paul turns it into something for others. Our life we live should never be directly first and foremost about ourselves. Our lives we live should be focused on and oriented toward the way we can bless and help other people. And so Paul uses this aroma metaphor. He says that God, through us, spreads the fragrance of the knowledge of him everywhere. That's something our lives should do. Just like a fragrance can be on you, and when you walk through a room, that fragrance will affect anybody with a nose to smell. In the same way, we as followers of God are to live in a way that helps other people grow or be affected by, be aware of a knowledge of him. Paul goes on to say that we're the aroma of Christ to God among those who are being saved and among those who are perishing. Our aroma effect is one that should permeate everyone within our space. When you wear a cologne, your cologne doesn't just affect a select couple of people around you. It affects everybody who can smell. Now, some may react differently. Some may say, I like that aroma. And some may say, I don't like that aroma. That's about them. What's about us is living in a way that spreads the fragrance of God. And we're to spread a wonderful fragrance, one that to a sensible person brings them an appreciation for God. It's the way we need to live 24/7, 7 days a week, every day of our lives. Think about it. It's why I've made it your video thought for today.